Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles. This is a new channel where I'm going to share my love of puzzles with all of you. My goal is to post at least one video every day, and I hope you enjoy my puzzle solving and listening to my thought processes. Now, onto the puzzle. Today's puzzle is called Solitary Confinement by Full Deck and missing a few cards. Here are the rules. Standard Sudoku rules apply. The digits 1 through 9 appear in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Cages. Digits in a cage must sum to the values shown in the upper left corner of the cage. So, for example, these three numbers must add up to 16. These three numbers must add up to 8. These three numbers must add up to 23. These three numbers add up to 23, etc., etc. Non-consecutive. Digits in orthogonally adjacent cells cannot be consecutive. So that means, interesting. So if, say this was a 7, that means 6 and 8 cannot be orthogonally adjacent to it. Orthogonally means just sharing an edge. So this is orthogonal, this is orthogonal, this is orthogonal. These two are not orthogonal. It's diagonally adjacent, but not orthogonally adjacent. And those are the rules of the puzzle. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And for now, let's get started. Okay, simple thing about cages. If there's 3 digits that add up to 7, it has to be 1, 2, and 4. So those are 1, 2, and 4 specifically. If there's 3 digits that add up to 23, it has to be 6, 8, and 9. So this is 6, 8, 9. This is 6, 8, 9. Any digits, any cages that add up to 8 that are 3 has to have a 1 in it. Same here. This has to have a 1 in it. So we know that the 1 is here because the 1 in these two rows has to be either here or here. This is also 1, so that cannot be 1. So, oops. Okay, so let's do the non-consecutive digits in our orthogonally adjacent cells. So this cannot be 8 or 9, because if this is 8 or 9, the other one has to be in one of these two, which are both orthogonally adjacent to this one. So this is a 6. With a similar logic, this has to be 6 also. And we have similar logic here because this has to be, this can't be 1 or 2. If it's 1 or 2, the other 1 or 2 has to be here. So this has to be 4. So we got 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is either 1, 3, 4, or it's 1, 2, 5. Same here. This is 1, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 5. 14. If it's 14, say this was not a 3. It can't have 1, 2, and 4 already. And if it doesn't have 3, the minimum's 5, 6, 7. So this would not be 14. So this has to have a 3. So it's 3, and the other two add up to 15. So it would have to be 3. It cannot be 2, 9, cannot be 3, 8, cannot be 4, 7. This is 3, 5, and 6. Okay, so from the same logic, if this was 5 or 6, one of these would be orthogonally adjacent to this. So this has to be the 3, which makes that 5 and that 6. Okay. So we know 6 is there. The 6 has to be one of these. I'm not a big fan of those, so let's make that 1. Okay. So we know this is 7, 8, or 9. So 7 cannot be here or here because it cannot be adjacent to a 6. So this has to be the 7. We know, okay, so if this is 1, 3, 4, this has to be 4, and this is 1, 3, 1, 3. And this cannot be the 3. So this would have to be 1 and 3 if this is 1, 3, 4. If this is 1, 2, 5, one of the 1 and 2 has to be here, which means the other one has to be 5. And it cannot be 1, 2 here, because then they would have a 1, 2 next adjacent to it. So this would have to be 5. This is 1, 2. This is 1, 2. Okay. 6 cannot be here. 6 cannot be here. So this could be 6, or one of these two is 6. So 6 is one of these two. Okay, so if this is 5, this is 1 or 2. This is 1 or 2, so there cannot be a 1 or 2 in between these 4. If this is 1 and 3 and 4, this is 2, and it cannot have a 1 or 2 here. So there can never be a 1 or 2 here. There can't be a 4, obviously. So this could be 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are the possibilities, right? Yeah, no 1 or 2. The 6 could be here. 1 is here. The 1 is here. So if this is 1, 2, 5, this is 5, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? So if this is 5, that means this is 1. This would have to be 3, and that's 4. So if this is 5, this is 1, this is 3, that's 4. So this would have to be 2, and that's 1. Otherwise, it could be 1, 3, 4. The 3 and the 4 cannot be here then. So this would have to be 1. And you would have 3, 4, 3, 4. But if this is 1, this is 5. Okay, we have 1, 5 and a 1, 5 there. So this cannot be 1 or 5. So no 1, 5, or 6. So we have 2, 3, 4. No 1, 5, or 6. So 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and 9. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 8 and 9 cannot be here. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay. This is 6. So either that's 6 or this is 6. This cannot be 1. Okay, so 1 cannot be here, though. Okay, so this is 8 or 9. 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 So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. No 3 here. No 1 here. And this can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. This cannot be 1. So this is 2, 3, 4, or 7. Interesting. Okay. One thing we know is that one has to be different from that. So this is the orange one. This is the green one. This is the green one. So this is the orange one. So orange cannot be here or here. Green cannot be here or here. So we know green's... So orange is here, green is here. One of these is green. We don't know which. This cannot be 2, 8, 9. So this has to be at least 3, 4, or 7. Can you have 19 without an 8 or 9? No, because the maximum you can get is 5, 6, or 7. 5, 6, and 7, which does not work. So there has to be an orange here. So the orange is specifically here. So there is an 8 and 9 here. We don't know which, though. It could be 4, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, so let's see this. This is cannot be 1. Two and 5 cannot be with 3 and 4 in this 3x3 square. So we know that this is 6. Sorry, we don't know that's 6. This could be 6. Okay, so this cannot be 4, interestingly enough, because that would be consecutive with 5. So we know the 4 has to be one of these 3. We don't know which, though. Green cannot be here or here or here. So green is 1 here, here, or here. They both cannot be here, right? So if green is here, that has to be orange. Green and orange can never be next to each other. Interestingly enough. So 7 is either here or here, right? This can't be 7, these can't be 7, this can't be 7. So if this is 7, this cannot be 8. If this is 7, obviously it can't be 8. So this can't be 8 either way. Interesting. Okay. This cannot be orange. So orange cannot be here, here, or here. So orange is one of these 3 because they're consecutive to each other, right? There, well, it could be 7 there. It's possible. Okay. It could be 9, but only if it's 2, 5, or 3, 4 here, right? So if it's 9, this would have to be 9, and well, I guess it could be 2, 5. Okay, so say this is 3, 1, and 4, right? 3, 1, and 4 means this is 5, 2, 1. Part of the question is, does this have to have a 2 or a 3, right? I think so, right? Say it does not have a 2 or a 3. Say it had 4. I guess it could be 4. It can't be 4. It obviously cannot be 4, 5 because this is 4 or 5. So if it's a 4 without a 3, this has to be 4. It doesn't add up to 16, right? You have 4 and 5, 7, but you can't have 5 or 7 here, right? So 4 cannot. So 3 would have to be here. What about 2? If you have 1, say this is 1, 3, 4, and you had this not be a 2, then it would have to have at minimum 5, 6, and 7, which is 18, which is too big. So there has to be a 2 or 3 here. Oops. Not right. This is 2 or 3. So the other 2 or 3 has to be here. So this cannot be 3. This cannot be 2. So this cannot be 1, 2, 3. This has to be 4 through 9. We don't know which. So if this is 3, can it be 3 without a 4? So you have 3, 6, and 7. Yeah, so it could be 3, 6, 7. So it's 3, 6, 7, or 3, 4, 9, right? So this is 3 then. This, oh, it can't be 6, 7. Okay, so 3, if it's 3, it has to be 3, 4, and 9. So this can't be 4 either, which means this is 8 and 9. So this is green, right? So it has to be 3, 4, and 9, because if that were 4 or whatever, yeah, this had to be 9 essentially, if that's the case. So now we know if it's a 3 here, so this would be 1, 2, 5, it has to be with 4 and 9, because it cannot be with 6 and 7. That's the only other possibility I have to add up to 16. So it would have to be 3, 4, 9. Therefore, there's no 4 or 9 here. Therefore, this has to be green. So this cannot be green, which means green has to be... Okay, so this cannot be orange. So this is 5, 6, or 7. Green has to be here, but it has to specifically be here because it cannot be next to the orange. So this is not 8 or 9. Okay, so if this is 2, that means this is not add up to 16. So it's either 5, 9. Oh, it cannot be 5, 9. Oh, the 2 could be anywhere, though. So if it's 2, it would have to be, this is 2. Okay, hold up. Let's look at the possibilities. Okay, so again, if it's 3, this has to be 9, and this is 4, right? If this is 2, it could be 2, 5, and 9. So the 5 would have to be here. So this would be 2, 9, and 2, 9. 2, 5, 9. Okay, so obviously this can't be 9 because then that would be 8. So this would have to be 9. So this would be 9. 5, 2, 9. Or it's 2, 6, 8. 2, 6, 8, right? So 8 would be one of these two because this would be 9. This would be 9. So we'd have 8 in one of these. 2, 6, 2, 6, 8. So this is 8 or 9. So yeah, it cannot be 2, 7, 7. It's 3, 4, 9, 2, 5, 9, or 2, 6, 8. So the orange has to be here. So this cannot be orange. Therefore, this is 5 or 7. This is 5, 6, or 7. This is 5 or 6, interestingly enough. So if this is 5, this would have to be 6, and that would be 7. Right? If that's 5, this is 6, that's 7. So this can never be 5. So it can never be 2, 5, 9. So it could be 2, 6, 8. So the 8 would have to be here. But okay, so this can't be 8 either, right? If this was 8, the problem is the 7 would have to be one of those two. So this can never be 8. Therefore, this is not orange. Therefore, this has to be orange. Oops. This has to be the orange. So this is 8 or 9. So we have 8 or 9. We have another orange here somewhere. We have orange here. So orange is in one of these two spots too. So this is 2 or 3, which means this can't... keep forgetting that. This cannot be 2 or 3 because the 2 or 3 is either here or here now, right? So if it's 3, it's 3, 4, 9. If it's 2, it's 2, 6, 8. Interesting. So both 4s are here. right? So if this is 4 or that's 4, the only places for 4 can be either here or here. So they both see that. So this cannot be 5. So this is 7. So this cannot be 7. This is 5 or 6. So this can't be 7. Okay. Interesting. So we know the 7's here. Consecutive. Okay. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 4, or 6. Oh, we know the 2's here too. So the 1 and the 2 are here. So this cannot be 1 or 2. If this was 1 or 2, the other 1 or 2 would have to be here. So this is 4 or 6, which makes this 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. This cannot be 7 because it sees both different types of 8 and 9. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be 7, that could be 7. So this cannot be 1, 2, 6, or 7. So this is 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. And it's, okay. So so the possibilities of 4 can be either here or here. So this cannot be 5 because that would eliminate the 4 possibility there. It also cannot be 3 either, right? Interesting. Okay, hold up. We know the 5 has to be one of these two spots. So this cannot be 5. Sorry, that has to be 5. Neither of these can be 5. Right? Because, oh wait, other way around. Oops. Yeah, this cannot be 5. Because the 5 can only be either here or here. Therefore, 5 is one of those two. So this cannot be 4. Therefore, this is the 8 or 9. So this has to be the orange. Which means this cannot be green. Which means this is green. So no 8 and 9, no 8 and 9, no 8 and 9. This is 3, 4, 5. So this cannot be 7 because this sees both 8 and 9. So this is 7. Since this is 7, this cannot be 6. So this is 3. So we know this cannot be 1, 3, and 4. So this is 1, 2, 5. So this is 5. This is 1. This is 6. This is 4, 3, and so this is 6. This is 2. This is 1. We have 3 and 4. 7, 3. Okay. So we've pretty much solved all these. This is 1. This is 2. So there is no 3 here. No 2. There's no 7. No 3. This is 4, 5. No 3, no 3, no 3 or 4. So this cannot be 4. So because of the orthogonally adjacent, so this is 5, this is 4. And we know this is 3, 4, and 9. So all the oranges are 9. So let's remove these specific ones. So we know all those are 9s. And all these are 8s. So the 8 cannot be here. This has to have a 9. So if this is a 9, it's either 4 and 6 or 7 and 3. It cannot be 2 and 8 because 8 cannot be here. So this is 9, 4, 6. or this is 7, 9, 3. Right? 3, 7 plus 9 is 19. 3, 7, 9, or 4, 6, 9. And none of those are consecutive. So we don't have to worry about any of those. Okay. This can, okay, that can't be 8, obviously. So let's do this. This is 2, 5, 6, and 9. So that's 2, 5, 2, 5. This is 6 and 9. This is 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8. Cannot be 2 because of a 3. No 2, 5, no 2, 5. This is 1, 4, 7. Okay. We know the 4 is either here or here. So if this was 3, it would be next to both 4. So this cannot be 3. So this is 1 or 7. Let's go add the digits here. So it could be 2, 3, 5, 6, 9. 2, 3, 5, no 6 or 9. 2, 3, 5, no 6 or 9. 2, 3, 5, no 6 or 9. Okay, we know the 9's here. And then this is 3 or 6, right? Okay. So this cannot be 5. 7's one of these. Oh, this can't be 7. This can't be 7. So 7's one of these two. Right? Which means that's 7 or that's 7. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3. Okay, so this is 3. Both of these are 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. So 4 and 7 are here. Cannot be 1, 3, 6, 4, or 7. So this is 2, 5. No, 4, 7. So it could be 1, 2, 5, 8. Okay. Okay. Consecutive. This can't be 6. So this is the 9. This is a 6. This cannot be 6. So if it's 6, this is 6, 4, and 9. 3, 9, and 7. This cannot be 5. This cannot be 8. Okay, no 2 or 5. Okay, this can't be 2. So this is 5. This is 2. This is 2. So this is 3 or 5. This is 3 or 5. No 2, 5. No 2. No 2. No 2. No 2. No 2. So this can't be 1. This can't be 4. 7 can't be here or here, but it could be here. We know the 3's here. We know the 5's here. So if this was 4, this would have to be 5. So this cannot be 4 specifically. In addition, there's a 3 here, right? So if this is 4, this would have to be 3, and that's 5. So this cannot be 4. So 4 has to be one of these. So we know there's a 9 here somewhere. Okay, no 8 or 6, no 3. So it could be 1, 2, no 3, 4, 5, no 6, 7, and 9. 4, 7 here, no 9 here, no 5 here. Right? So this can't be 5 or 7. This is 1, 2, or 4. Unfortunately, it doesn't really tell us that much. Oh, this can't be 1 or 2 because that would be next to the other 1 or 2. This can't be 1 or 2 because that would be next to the other 1 or 2. Huh. Okay. If this was 5, okay, so that's interesting. If this is 5, this would have to be 3. That would be 1, so that would be 4. So this cannot be 5. And the only place for 5 then is now here. So this is 5, this is 3, this is 9. This cannot be 5. So this is 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, So this is 1, 4. Excuse me. 3 or 5 has to be here. This is 9. This is 3. Any of this can be 1, 4, 7, unfortunately, because that doesn't tell us very much. Okay. Now we have what? We have cannot be 2, 3, 5, and 9. So it's 1, 4, 6, 7, 8. So 8 is one of these two. Therefore, this cannot be 7. Because if that's 7, this is 8. 5 is one of these two. 6 is one of these two. 8's one of these two. Okay, this can't be 4. Oh, where's the 2? The 2 has to be here, right? So this cannot be 1. This would be 5 or 7. So we have 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay, next to consecutive. No 3, no 4. This is 5 or 7. That can still be 4. If this is 5, this is 7, this is 3. Right. Otherwise, this could be 5. If this is 4, this has to be 1. So this can never be 1, right? If this is 4, this cannot be 3 or 5, so it has to be 1. And then 1s are seen here. If this is 4, if this is 1, obviously it can't be 1. So this can never be 1. This is 3 or 7. Interesting. So if this is 7, this becomes 3, 4, which is not possible because they're consecutive. So this cannot be 7. So this is 5. Okay, so this is 5, which means this cannot be 4. So this is 1 or 8. 1 is one of these two. 3 is obviously one of these two. If this is 8, this would have to be 6, I believe, right? If this is, sorry, hold up. If this is 1, this is 3. This would have to be 8 and 6. So if this is 1, this is 3. This has to be 8 because there's no other place. And this is 6. But the problem is this would have to be 7 because if this is 1, this is 3, that's 7. So it cannot be 1. So we know the 8 is here. So this is 8. We got 1, 4, 1, 4. So this cannot be 7. 6 is one of these two. 7 is one of these two. This is 8. Okay. So we know 1, 4, and 7 are here. So this is 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. So no 5 or 8. 2, 3, 6. So 6 is one of these two. Which doesn't really help. This is 1, 7, 1, 7, 4, 7, 4, 7. Wow. Well, okay, so we know 1, 4, 7 are here. So this is 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. No 1, 4, 7. No 9. Right? This is not 1, 4, 7, not 5, 8. So it's 2, 3, 6, 9. Right? Okay, I'm not sure what that tells us. So this is 8. Can't be 7 or 9. This is 5. Can't be 4 or 6. So 4 is one of those two. Okay. This is 3 or 6. um, right, it could be 6, 4, and that would be 5. Or it cannot be 5. Okay, so now we're just looking at consecutive numbers. Can this be 6? If this is 6, this is 1, that's 3, that's 7. So this cannot be 6. So this has to be the 6. Because this is 6, this can't be 7, therefore the 7 has to be here. So we have 7, 4, 1, 1, 7, 4, 3, 1, 4, 7, 2, 1. Okay, so no 3, no 2, right? This can't be 5 anymore. This can't be 5 anymore, so we have 2, 8, 2, 8, so this is 5. So we have, oops. This is 5, 8, 2. So no 6, so this is 3, 9, 6. This is 6, so we have 3, 9, and 7. 1, 4, 1, 7. Okay, so this can't be 2, so this is 8, this is 2. 5, 8, 2, whoops. 2, 5, and that's 4. And we're done. How did you guys do? It took a little long for me. I'm not used to the non-consecutive digits, so I probably could have done that much faster, but that was pretty interesting. Anyways, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you next time.